So I'd be okay with making those mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, eating a big ball of wasabi or whatever is a small mistake.
Oh, yeah, wasabi's only a small one.
Yeah.
The
'Cause
ginger,
it'll go away real quick.
the ginger is not cheese.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
My first experience with sushi, it was on a date.
Oh.
And you thought there was going to be cheese on your
And y-
sushi?
and you thought there was
This
gonna be a
is
second
so
date.
awesome.
So
Who picked the restaurant?
she liked the place. It was her favorite place. I was like,
Oh,
okay, I'll
okay.
take you to your favorite place. And it's the first time I've ever had sushi. So I'm eating the sushi, and I'm like, okay, crab, cream cheese. It's a good mix. Everything's. And I see these little shreds of things on the side of the plate, which look like cheese that's been, it looked like cheese to me.
You should
If you're
have that
listening,
checked.
if you're listening on the podcast, go to YouTube just to watch the expressions on people's face when he said they looked like cheese. It's worth it.
It looked like cheese. So I'm thinking like, okay, like with the way these flavors are mixing right now, I think like, a nice Swiss or something that would be kind of nice. I'm interested in this cheese game. So I pick up a decent wad of this and go ahead and eat it. And I'm like, that's hot. It's real hot immediately.
So
The ginger?
Yeah, it's a not when you're expecting cheese, it's an odd spicy thing. That's you're
Okay,
not.
so I consider myself a cheese connoisseur.
and a spice wimp.
That too. But I'm just like, was it the ginger not pink? Was it that the usual like
it's whitish
white
yellow.
color?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see misunderstood. Kind of.
I've never in my life thought ginger was hot.
If you're not expecting the pickled flavor, I could see where that might throw you.
No, I could see like if a ginger snaps. I have tasted some pretty zippy ginger snaps.
It's ginger.
Yeah. Well. Have you
It's
ever
a palate cleanser,
have you ever had-
not a spicy.
you ever have a
cheese.
ginger Altoid?
No,
You should.
really.
They're good times.
I could see that.
They're a hell of a stomach settler too.
It's like an Alka-Seltzer as soon as it goes down.
If you're swallowing an Altoid, you are making a mistake, sir. I can't even put the mint ones in my mouth for very long. I don't do mint, and they upset my stomach really bad.
Understandably so.
The cinnamon ones are great.
Curiously strong, questionably burny.
Yeah, no, unquestionably Bernie.
Okay, so after you put the cheese on the sushi, what happened?
I didn't put it on the sushi.
Well, when
I
you-
just
He just
I went
ate
straight
it.
to the dome
Straight to
with
the
it.
cheese.
And I was like, that's real hot. It's real hot. Why is this hot? Why is this spicy? And she just kind of looks at me like strange. She goes, What did you think that was? I was like, I thought it was cheese.
So the lesson here, children at home, never eat anything you can't identify by the wad.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't like it was like one decent slice.
Wad.
Slice.
Yeah,
It was a
wad.
wad.
What's the word you used?
Anyone that's had sushi realizes wad is a term for the ginger. Yes.
Yeah. It's just you kind of just make everything clump together anyway, and just hope it stays attached on the trip to your face.
Did you follow that up with the wasabi? After
No,
that?
no.
Oh, this is green.
because
It's bound
I
to
know
cool things
better.
off.
A buddy of
Yeah.
mine, we had sushi earlier this week or last week, and he gets a bigger bowl than what most people get, and puts a lot of wasabi and soy in it. But then he puts all of his ginger in there, and like soaks it all up. So between eating pieces of sushi, he pulls out a wasabi and soy soaked piece of ginger and eats it.
Huh.
I haven't tried it yet, but I might one day. I don't like new things.
So, yeah, okay. We got a sushi place we like.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a train.
Yeah. I went to that with you guys once.
Yeah,
Titan.
Chad's been there.
Is it like a choo-choo sushi?
Yes.
Sushi Choo Choo is the
That's
name
what
of the
it's
joint.
called.
Yes.
There used to be one over by the Canrig office when I worked there, so we went to lunch there quite often.
Oh, nice.
It was $2.90, 1960 almost at $2.90, but it was great when you realized you could order your
That's-
items off the menu
We had
instead
1960 and
Yeah.
290.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
That's the one we go to. We're in Jersey Village. So.
of. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be my over under on whether or not it was going to be better or worse than Golden Corral. I didn't really have high expectations for it because your food travels on a conveyor belt around the entire shop. It was I'll put it in the category higher than Golden Corral. Golden Corral is just
Wow.
there's
When
troughs
you-
of food that everyone
Jeez,
has access to.
thanks.
No, it was good.
When
It
you
was
get
good.
there, you basically tell them what you want.
Yeah.
Like, don't wait for it to come around. Like, order your little appetizer plates or whatever, and tell them I want like 6 yellowtail, and they'll go cut them all fresh and bring them right to you.
Or they'll pull it off the conveyor because I've
If
seen them do
there's
that.
6 of them,
Yeah.
There's usually not 6.
Or you
so.
could just, order a plate of. Because I'll
I
do
do
that
that
with
all
a
the time.
sashimi.
Really?
Because they don't have sashimi on the conveyor.
I don't
Yeah.
actually eat much in the way of fish, so most of the stuff I order in there's fried. So I go in there and I'm like, I want 2.
Egg rolls, crab puffs.
I want 2 plates of your tempura jalapeno, please.
Oh, those are good.
Those are good. Those
And
are
the Phoenix
quite good.
rolls.
And Phoenix rolls. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tasty experience. I don't mean to badmouth it. It was really good, but
yeah, starting off with Golden Corral as a bar, that's kind of leading, sir.
but it's when I was going off the way you described it to me, and I'm like, so conveyor belts of food
yeah, no,
that just keep on circling.
right.
They're actually quite popular in Vegas.
Yeah,
One of the first, I was just getting into sushi. We went to Vegas like 2001 or so, and it was a little bit different of a setup. It ran around the bar essentially, and it was like a 360 bar.
Yeah.
But it was good.
my first and only trip to Vegas, we went to the Golden Nugget, and went to the buffet there. Which, if you've ever been to Greens Point, if you ever went to Greens Point back in the day, the buffet at the Golden Nugget reminds you a lot of the Piccadilly cafeteria in Greens Point, like around the '89 era, '90, somewhere around there. Everything's just sort of brown.
Ouch.
Both as a stylistic choice and just because it's old.
Right.
They only serve iceberg lettuce.
No, it occurs to me that the conveyor belt sushi, because of the way that it's served and whatnot, is basically the it's self-serve Japanese tapas is basically what goes on there, because it's all small plates. You only have 1 or 2, maybe 4 or 5 pieces of sushi on there, but grab them as they go by. There's apparently somewhere you can order the sushi and it gets delivered to your table via conveyor belt, so that you just get stuff that has been cut minutes ago.
Nice.
Apparently, it's a higher end conveyor belt sushi joint.
Well,
It's pretty good
Japan,
experience.
There's tons of them in Japan.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a pretty good experience if you know nothing about sushi
Yeah,
and you don't know what their lingo means.
Yeah.
So you can't tell like the shaggy dog from the yellow dragon, whatever, blah blah blah.
Right.
Because there's this one spot that I went to with a friend of mine not too long ago, and it all just has the names, and there's easily 80 different kinds of sushi, and they don't tell you what it is. So it's like, oh, I got a question.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't eat at a place like that. There's
Yeah.
just too much. Where if I see it as a component, I'm like, nope, not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many inedible things being crammed into my food.
Yeah.
What John considers inedible.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. I can't remember what they called the fish eggs. It had some.
Masago.
What's that?
Masago.
No. It was something more English, but it still didn't make any sense.
Everywhere I've gone, she's right.
little red BB things.
Little red BB things.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah.
I think they're flying fish roe is what they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Something like
But-
that.
Yeah,
Which
that's Masago.
Which I don't really taste in the piece.
It's more of a texture thing.
Yeah.
It's little. They're not. They're more saltiness than anything. Like
yeah.
they're like the very small baby children of capers, but not nearly as potent.
Baby olives.
It's mainly just texture.
That's what I call capers. I call them
like,
baby olives.
Oh, baby olives.
So they would essentially be like micro olives.
Like little tiny olive gushers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just look like pimento.
So yeah, not it's ginger, not cheese, and little tiny olives is what we got. So yay.
And you're welcome, everyone, for 5 minutes of food talk.
Tasty.
Should have had dinner
edibles.
before I got here.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I could talk about what I baked last week.
Uh-oh.